Hey guys, Don here. Welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. I want to go over the December 2021 scorecard. This is something that I do every month. I think it's good for for everyone, for us to evaluate our numbers. So I like to share my numbers, not in any way to say you probably might be better, might be worse. It doesn't really matter, but I think it's good when we measure things get better. And so the key dials that I look at the revenue. This is not what I was billed, it's what actually pulled in. Now these are all lagging numbers by about a month. So these are the November numbers. But for me, it was 71K. My partner was a little over like 80K. The main difference I noticed between the two of us was I did about 9 orthotics and he did like 43 orthotics. And he is like an orthotic king. And so that's something to kind of think about. What is that one thing that's different between you and some of your other colleagues, and how can you increase the number? I've tried. I would love to hear if anyone has any other ideas. Here in Massachusetts, they're not usually covered by insurance, and it could be partially my patient base, or it could be my way of explaining it. But so I'm not as high up in orthotics. I think that would bring my number up. I did beat him out with Shockwave. I did a lot more Shockwave than he did. So this is both bilateral, single, and combo and everything like that. The per visit value ended up about 122. For the YouTube, it was 127 this last month, and Amazon was 17. So I sometimes wonder if the juice is worth the squeeze for the Amazon. So it goes over there. For Podiatry Practice Mastery, it was 394. That just means that 2 people bought the course there with Podiatry Practice Mastery. For Podiatry Practice Mastery, I changed the format a little bit. The subscribers were 0, meaning to the membership, and the podcast listeners were to 24. So I'll kind of share how I changed a little bit. So the marketing activities of this last month, I think it's good to evaluate that. I did a webinar with a physical therapy place. It was called Staying Active with Heel Pain. I think we had about 30 people there, and then we kind of sent it out to them afterwards. So this was the webinar we did. I did a case study, and I'll show you that. I'm trying that as a different method of kind of sharing things with patients. It's taking off patient identifiers. Within podiatry practice, podiatry management, I talked to someone. I talked to Barry, and kind of thinking about, is there a way to do a collaboration, like taking a part of this weekly update and kind of providing it in a shorter method of giving some value there. And I also put together a tech list. The whole idea of the tech list is not having everyone join the membership right away, but it's kind of doing a stepwise approach. And I'll put a link underneath this if you guys want that tech list. And so basically what that is it's all the technology that I use, and there's a little video, and it kind of goes through that. I'll walk you through that in a second. So what worked? I think the heel pain talked about how to stay active. That worked. It was a collaboration with a physical therapy place. The QR code on our heel pain book, we switched. The way this works now is they can download another heel pain book. It's like the 5 secrets to plantar fasciitis. They put in their name, email, and a phone number. And so now we're following up on those phone calls. And this is what we're doing in a local newspaper. Also, what worked is I made a connection with a nail. They do nail like training. It's not like a whole cosmetology school, and all they do here in Massachusetts is train how to do pedicures and manicures. So kind of doing a collaboration with, maybe they could refer their patients over if they had issues, and I could provide them some educational content. And I did a fun interview, if you didn't listen to it, with a chiropractor. He's very good at videos, and he recommended vidIQ. So if you do videos, you might want to consider doing that just to see how your page ranks. What didn't work? I tried. I have a guy. He is he actually does my laundering. So here a lot of the like dry cleaners are Vietnamese, and I was thinking, hey, if they're Vietnamese, all the Vietnamese around here are the ones that run a lot of the nail salons. I wonder if there could be an introduction. I went out and reached out and asked him, and he didn't know anyone. So that didn't work. Also, the paid membership didn't work, so I turned it off, and I just went back to a regular membership for people for free, because the paid one didn't work. I don't think it's organized enough. I think that's the whole thing. I think there's benefit in there, but I think there's just too much information. It's not really organized, so we turned that off. Improvement ideas, I think going deeper with the heel pain book and doing that follow-up call, finding a way to delegate that to staff when they come in my inbox, and then collaborating with the nail salon. Okay, so let me just go over here. This is where the staying active with heel pain is. This is I did it with Joe over at the physical therapy place. This is something that they designed. It was kind of nice. Here's the webinar replay if you guys want to watch, and here's some references that we talked about. I referred to a couple of the courses. Basically, these are just websites or pages with information on heel pain. And then here's that case study that I did. Basically, I instead of sharing patient testimonials, which is kind of hard to do, I kind of put in like this is a case study. So for the patient, what was the situation? What was the assessment? And what was the solution? So kind of giving this to people as a way to kind of explain if they're in a similar aspect in their life, and then doing this here about this Achilles course. And of course, someone answered, "Hey, I'm going to see one of your partners here." And then my mom replied as well. And then finally, this is that tech list that I was talking to you guys about. This was done on Designer. So on the resources section of Podiatry Practice Mastery, you can see how to do this. And once I figure out one template, I just update other stuff into it. I call it a tech list because that's what I'm really good at, is this technology stuff. And it's a little introduction here. I put a video that really explains everything first. It's a link to a YouTube video on there. And this one I left I guess it's not public on the Podiatry Practice Mastery YouTube. So people will have to download this to watch it. And it goes over all this stuff, different tech items to help you with your email, computer delegation, marketing, and video, and then patient education. So that's a new e-download within Podiatry Practice Mastery. So I've kind of changed the front end of it a little bit. So basically, this is what it looks like now. It's a tech list. It's a new way to get information. I also added up here. This is that recommendation. So if you want anything that I talk about, I'd put it right here. The member login. So this is if you are part of the membership, you can get access. And I've learned how to add these things here, like YouTube, and to get the podcast. So we'll see if that increases those subscribers. If you want to log in, that's how you kind of log in to get access to the different courses and stuff like that. And here are the recommendations that we've talked about. Okay. Once again, I hope this is helpful for you guys, and give me your feedback. And until next week.